Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Monday evening means, as probably you are used to, watch the stream from the Arena tournament in the application provided by CC Games, the most downloadable application, checkers application in the world with over 100 million views. My name is Damian Reszka, I'm the host of today's stream and the host of this channel, and today also, for a test, we are live on YouTube, checkersTV channel, so I hope there will be some more people interested in playing checkers in this application, because it's really worth to. This application, according to the number of viewers, gives you the possibility of playing against so many different leveled players, so not only pros but also beginners, etc. So today's arena will last 1 hour and 30 minutes. The counter will be up ahead from me, and you will be able to follow not only the time till the arena end, but as well the result. I was planning to connect today to Natalia Sadowska, two-fold world champion, who is also playing in these arenas, and we agreed for that, but I forgot to make the final agreements to Natalia, and I wrote to her a few minutes ago, but she's not responding. Perhaps during this event, this evening, there will be a possibility of connecting, we'll see. Danek, siemaneczko, Fletch, cześć, Artur Bielawa, witam was serdecznie. To all the English-speaking viewers, I can just say that sometimes I'm using the Polish language for my Polish language-speaking viewers, as I'm from Poland, but most of the time I'm using English language. What you can see now, the arena starts in 12 seconds, so it's the high time to register, join 100 coins paid, and 148 players started this competition, but probably much more are about to join. We used to play against over 500 players here. So let's try to find out my first opponent of the night. And who will that be? And is it David in the first round? David Jurkiewicz? Yes, he is. Already he has 6,687 victories, so quite a lot. I lost last game to David and I started c3, d4, so this time I will try to play something else. Of course, the notation that I'm saying and that I'm talking about is from Brazilian variation of the draughts or checkers, and most of the time I don't know yet in my head all the numbers, notifications in American checkers, so I'm just using the ones that I used to use. So c3, b4 is this move, the first move in Brazilian variation of the game. And finally David responds here. Okay, so perhaps I will be like learning something about the opening that I used to play from the opposite side. This guy has won last weekend arena, gathering over 600 points, and I know yesterday, because I've made 2 streams during the last day, that he was on the lead, or the second one, and there was another guys and they were chasing each other for the first place, and honestly I don't know how the tournament finished. So perhaps David is just a double winner of this weekend arena. You need to spend a lot of time and a lot of hours to win such big competitions. Okay, what can I play? So perhaps maybe I will go to the outpost. I don't know if it is possible. Perhaps I lost some game somehow, like in this option, but I spent almost 1 minute on explaining you what and how I'm going to play and about my opponent, but it's always nice to play against someone who probably plays stronger than you. Okay, I'll take this piece back that way. And the position will be quite similar to something like Kukuyev offer, a bit similar. Okay. And honestly, that's a good option because it's not allowing me to attack in the first moment, and otherwise, of course, I don't want to exchange on 11. So I'm just going to play on the right side of things. He is playing that wisely. This is something I expected in such position. I'll try to play here, as this is not possible, 24 to 19. Okay, and now I can't play something like 8 to 11, because my piece would be just attacked. So I will make... Is it this move possible? 2 to 7? There is a combination. 21 to 17, sacrificing 3 pieces on the fourth one. 24 to 19, using the majority, but having 2 pieces more in such position could be problematic. But perhaps it could be winning as well. And that would give my opponent the possibility to go to 19, so I will decide not to play there. But what else I can play? He can still make an attack to 22. I really like the way he plays. You know what? I'll decide to play this move. I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes, honestly. There is a small combination. Is it working? I think not, but perhaps in some variation it is. So David exchanges. And now 2 of his pieces can hold 3 of mine, so I don't feel comfortable in this position. I don't know how he does it, but probably he is just an amateur player who learned by himself how to play. And it's amazing. And it's amazing how he is progressing that way. I guess that I have to exchange that. I have only 25 seconds left. And I don't know where it goes. He has a bit better position, but probably I will get to the king as well. Okay, and now the question is, if I can just exchange, it was here, 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 here. There is no... here and here. Okay, I'll take a risk. It can be losing. It can be losing for me. But I'll take this risk. As I calculated to this position, I just didn't see how to win it immediately. And I don't know if he did see it. Okay. Honestly, a draw against David, it's a big success for me. I lost last week against him. So it's a progress right now. It's a progress, so let me update the score. So now me against my opponents, it's 1-1, as you can see on the scoring board up ahead. And I'm looking for another opponent, this time from Brazil. So this guy has 132 victories, all the time playing that Brazilian variation, of course, as most of the Portuguese-speaking opponents, and he is from Brazil, so of course he is speaking Portuguese, and he is playing Brazilian variation of the game. Okay, I don't have a possibility of making some traps, some combinations, so I'll just take tempos, I will exchange forward and try to go to the center. Perhaps he will play something like this, 8 to 12, trying to make some trap for me, but I think this move will avoid most of them. And now the job is to keep on developing in the central part of the board, so this could be okay. And if he is going to exchange my outpost, in that case I would like to perhaps exchange back on my right side, and I have some feeling. What is his elo? 1689. Okay, it's not low, it's not high, but I think I will just choose soft strategical play. Actually, this move is kinda good. I'll go for this option. That's a good one. That's a good one. I need to make some moves that are not looking that well. And perhaps in this position I just make this attack to exchange this wing. That would give me some space. Don't be afraid to make exchanges, because after all it is necessary to get some space on the board. So he allows this exchange, 2-4-2. And I'm favorite in the situation of the wing attack, because he's not having this, number 1. And I'm having my number 32. Of course I don't want to play with that, because that would be just a misclick. But how to provide this wing attack? I just don't like him to play here to build column 7, 11, 16 to exchange back my potential piece standing on 14. So just to avoid it, I will not move there immediately. I'll just move some other pieces to the left side, to the left wing. And now I can make a small threat, because now if my opponent plays 7 to 10, which for many people could be a good move, I have a small combination 2 for 3. Okay, he's not going for that. Still, I don't want to go to the 14, because he would just exchange my piece. And despite that, I'll try to move to 21. And I hope I will have a chance to show you why that is my plan, because I want to prepare a combination on my own. Okay, another move there. And now I would like to see something like 16 to 20. That would be perfect, because a combination would work. But my opponent is not that bad. He is seeing that probably, and now perhaps this exchange will be better. After an attack to 14, there could be some Zugzwang, because I don't know what would be the next move of him, but after that, as you can see, I'm just going to the king and the wing attack is working. Because how he would like to make a breakthrough himself in such position? I don't see how he could catch my king after this move, so I'll make this king's move. Yep. So he wants to make this exchange, the sacrifice actually, to go to the king, but I can just wait. And if everything works well, I will just lock his potential king on the double line. So I take here just to exchange more pieces of his. He goes to the king probably. And I will just go to 28, and this king is locked. He can't go 11 to 15 because I will take with my king. Potentially that move would look like a draw, but it is not. And now I'm just going to the other side of the double line. he probably he can't go to 28 because his king would be destroyed one by one. And I'm just waiting, and this king is trapped all the time. And this one piece more. It was a nice game, strategical game, and everything was reasonable, I guess. Still he is not having any moves. And even after this one, I can immediately destroy his king on the double line and win the game. So he takes, I take his king, and it's done. 3 low points gathered, and it was a really nice game. Let's take a look at the standing. Fletch is leading, 4 games won. Okay, he is the chat viewer, not Sadowska, 6 points. She's playing but not answering me. Not nice, Natalia. Let's try to find out another opponent and update the score on the scoreboard. So now me versus my opponents, 3-2-1. Let's go. Here it is, the next opponent from Brazil again, someone, 11-28, rating 28 victories. I'd like to play some quick games to progress in the final standings of that competition. So another game that I try to attack my opponent. 15 minutes of this arena has been played already and still 75 minutes to go. Perhaps this move I'll choose this time. Now I need to lock it. There are many continuations possible for me. One of it is this lock. Now I just don't want my opponent to move to 9 to attack anyhow my pieces. And there are small combinations prepared by him, like this sacrifice 13-9 and 22-17. So he is preparing something, so that's the reason why I can't move this piece 4-8, because this combination would work. That's the reason why I will play with another one. Okay, he's holding the same combinations. Probably he's just playing for the schemes that he knows already. And after this one, it gets interesting. I try to go there, because I want to avoid him to make this exchange 27-23, and right now it is possible to make this king shot. Really simple one, but my opponent just lost an idea on playing next moves, so I just make 1 for 2, he takes 2 of course, I take 1, and the state is equal on the board, so we have the same number of pieces. But of course my king is extremely powerful against his pieces. So I'll just try to reduce the material on the board, the exchanges are fine. And if he attacks to 14, I will take the double line, because then all his pieces will be cut off, and the same I'll do after this one, but in another direction. So I just want to be back on the double line, and as you can see, for example, such move can be punished by my king capture. And he surrendered. So quick, nice game, and such games I want to play. Okay, 9 pointers ahead, Natalia probably still 6, and I'm going further. So my result now is 5-1 against my opponents. 1 hour, 13 minutes to go. If you are playing this tournament, just let me know in the chat. I hope I will play against some users from the application, because the notification about the Twitch stream is available to see in the app. And now my opponent is from Colombia, and this guy has 326 victories, having elo of 1165. So it's not much as this for this number of victories. Temporary. I take this piece but it's not like the permanent one. But after this move of my opponent, perhaps it is. He should attack it immediately, just after he had a chance, because now it is not possible to attack 3 to 7, because I will just defend it, playing to 20. And after this one, I have even stronger way of defense, because as you can see, most of my pieces were on the left side, so if I can put some pieces from the left side to the right side, then exactly that would be a good idea. In this case, I used for that a small combination, small exchange, that led me to save the piece. Perhaps some another combination will be played by me if he plays something like 1 to 6, and he plays that. So I just remove the piece from the square number 10, I take and he takes, and that's extremely important, because after that the turn goes back to me. And after another sacrifice I just make a king with these king shots. So he is just decided to quit the game by surrendering and giving all the pieces away to me. Another quick victory that I like, and let's try to find another opponent. Play. So I pay these 10 coins and update the result to 7 points for me and 1 point actually for my opponents. Brazil again, so it's a Brazilian day for me. And again, this nice animation of starting the stream. Another experienced guy who has 5,638 victories. Wow, it takes a while to collect so many victories. So I really admire those guys that spend so many hours in this application, but it's worth to, because like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, there are so many players in this application, so many experienced players, but as well so many beginners, that you can play interesting games on each level of your play. And even if you are starting to play checkers, then there are huge chances that you will find opponents against who you can win the games. There are some exchange possibilities, but my opponent was not interested in it, so just let's continue the game. I take over the central squares, but this kind of position is not so comfortable for me. This guy's elo is 1462. 1462, it's like not so much, but not so low as well. I try to hold my structures in this position, because his possibilities also are slowly coming to an end. And I will take the double exchange, not the single one, because after double one I will get more space on the board, and you know already that many situations this is crucial to get some space on the board, and now I can freely make many moves on the board. And I control the central squares. Of course, central part of the board, this that I mark in the red color, is really important, and I have the possibility of building some structures, some columns that my opponent, for example, can't. And if he plays here to 14, there is already a small combination and small use of the structures that I've prepared. And after this move, I really like my position. He can't play 8 to 11 because the first combination is prepared, and after the last move that he can make, that's right, that is that, I can play this one. I can play this one. So now the only possibility of this guy was to play here, and the question is if I can win it somehow at this moment. Playing to 15, this sacrifice and making exchange 2 for 2. He tries to go to the king, but perhaps I will be able to push him back from going there. But let's analyze another variations. For example, if I exchange to 17, he goes to 11, and I don't have a chance to avoid this attack, 11 to 15. So probably it makes me between decision of 2 moves. The first one is mentioned 19 to 15, and another one is to attack to 18, but then he can play to 11, because what else, and I can make an exchange having his pieces not working that well. But on the other hand, perhaps there is some combination idea. I don't see it. So what to play, my dear viewers? To 15 or to attack on 18? If you are watching that, you could advise me on the chats, but... You know what? My intuition says me that it's better to attack on 18, and to have a good checker's intuition is really important, because it requires to play a lot of games to have a good intuition. And right now I can make some Zugzwang move, but on the other hand, what about the other option? I can go to 24 exchange, because his majority is not working to 15. But then he can go to 17. I go to 20, he goes to 11, and I don't see a good continuation for that. If I go to 22, he goes to 11, I can exchange then. And then it works perfectly. Let's take a look. I go here, so his last move is 8 to 11, because what else he can play? And this is the right time to make an exchange, after stopping this move, 13 to 17. And you can see there are 6 against 6, and his last possible move is 11 to 16. And then I can just attack this piece, and there is no move for him. So what he can play right now? Some sacrifices also are not working, because after going 10 to 15 I will just sacrifice 12 to 8, 1 for 1, and his chances are out. So probably against, again, one scalp against Brazilian player. Okay, he sacrifices. And the thing that I mentioned, so this exchange 1 for 1, and he has no moves to make without losing pieces. Now all the pieces. So this game required calculations, and many games of course require calculations. It's not easy to play during a stream and analyze the game and telling you all those things that I know about this game, less or more, but try to be concentrated and try to calculate things. Now my place is 9th, okay, let's play another game. My result now is 9 to 1. Danek, wygrałem z 1800, no to bardzo ładnie, gratulacje. So who is the next opponent of Twitch stream, which is my nickname in the application? I hope if you are playing this app you will face me, not once but maybe many times. Again Brazil. How surprising it is. You, someone you. Standard opening c3 d4 or 11-15, and another guy who plays to the edges. So let's try to take over the central part of the board as I like. Okay, he exchanges my outpost immediately, but you know, always it can come with some problems after leaving this base square 30. Of course it's not the end of the game, it's playable, absolutely, but I have stronger position because my pieces work together. My pieces work together and create a tight formation. Meanwhile, for example, this one is not playing and you need to develop, and such small things can decide about the result of the game. And I think it would be a good idea to take this edge 13 under control, then it would be about maneuvering and having space to play. If my opponent plays something like, this move is also okay for me, because now it is highly possible that I will make a combination on the next move. His only move is to escape there, 19 to 16, he is going for that. But I think it's not finishing his problems. I can make even similar exchange, you know, and perhaps it will be good one. Because take a look, I have a an open highway to the king. Meanwhile, this piece number 3 holds the wing. He is not having the possibility of breakthrough there. And this 30, this is the piece that you would like to have in this kind of positions. So I'll just play to 21. Now I threat to go there, inside, between his pieces. And after this one, because if I attack, he goes 26 to 23, exchanging 1 for 1, and his position is quite safe. But I don't need to hurry with it. I'll just wait. And I like my position all the time. Many times during an attack you need to be patient. Now after attacking to 25, he could just play 19 to 15. And I can take 1 by 1, and then he would lose for a combination, because I would attack to 10 and get a piece. But if I attack, then he goes to 12, I take, and he goes in between the pieces. And that would be problematic a bit more, because then I would not have a good solution. But once again, when I'm patient and I am waiting for another move, I think he has no bright future in this game. His position has many holes, many gaps, and of course gaps are causing problems. Okay, it's good for me. I can go for the move that I've been waiting for last 3 or 4 moves. Because why not? And the piece that I pointed in the beginning of the game, this 29, standing in the corner of the board, it was a problem. It was a small problem, and from move, after one move to another move, it became the big problem in the game. So this is how you can win strategically the games against some opponents that would not lose for the combinations, and the guys that see the combinations. So tactical part of the game, which is the combinational one, is the combinational type of play is not the only one that will allow you to win the games in checkers, but also we need to remember about the strategical part, and honestly it's the part that I love the most. It's the part that I love the most. So now this guy is trying to break through, but of course this is not working. For me it's not a good idea to go to 24, because he would sacrifice 15 to 11, I would take 1, he takes 2, and his position would be better. Not better, losing still, but he would reduce the difference of pieces to 1 from 2. And I'm just waiting, so he needed to take back this exchange, and I'm just going freely to another king, the first king actually. But my base pieces 3 and 2 are not giving any chances for him to break to the king. So there is a king, and he surrenders. So another victory, nice victory, and now my number of points is 11. So let's try to find another opponent. Now Natalia Sadowska is on the 4th place, having 14 points. Fletch being present here on the chat, 19 points. Wow, nice. So I keep my fingers crossed for you, Fletch. Dzięki, Natalia, ładna partia. Jaki tam wynik padł między wami? If you are new on the channel, don't forget to leave the thumb up or subscribe or follow the channel. It would be really nice if you like this checkers content. And once again I play against David. So once again, tough and difficult game is about to come. So I'm playing against the winner of the weekend competitions, and perhaps David likes the positions like that. So now it is symmetry played by me, but in such symmetrical games I think so many strange things can happen that I don't know, because such games, let's be honest, need to be theoretical ones, and I don't know theory of this game. I'm specialized in 100 squared international checkers, as probably you know. So I don't feel comfortable in such theoretical lines in Brazilian variation of the game. I will exchange back just to get some space. Now I limit some possibilities of David, but I would like to move this right flank of mine, but if I exchange to 19 and take to 19, then he plays 8-11 and I can't play to 18 because there is a 3-4-3 king shot, so I will try to exchange in the other direction. I don't know if you feel the same, but once I'm playing against strong opponent, I just feel like all the time I just get worse position. I don't know how it works, but it works that way for me. Okay, so he prepared the possible attacks for my outpost, so I can't go to 14. That's clear. So what can I play then? I need to play something. Maybe it was not a good idea because I will let him to take 15 if he wants to. Still I can't go to 14 from any square possible, 17 or 18, because my piece would be attacked. So I need to create some strange looking moves like this. Okay, so he locks my position. And probably after the possible double exchange, 23 to 18, he will just go and break through to the king. But what else can I play? Probably nothing. So it's probably lost position already, and that's the way of the great strategical play from my opponent. Yep, just simple plan of breaking through. And all the pieces work together perfectly, because for example, even after this exchange to 14, he goes and I can't go to 15 because there is 1-4-3. So that's the lost game already. I can just show you to confirm that. There is no chance of anything. If my turn was at that moment, then it would be possible. But now he's just making a king and I'm quitting the game. So the first lost game tonight, and let's try to catch another opponent and meanwhile update the results standing. So today only David is taking points from me, so 3 points that he has right now are the only points that my opponents got in the games against me. 52 minutes of this arena left. Let's try to find another opponent. Nie dałem rady, śmiać mi się chciało, bo tam kombinacja była zastawiona i tak myślę brać czy nie brać, no i się nie udało. No widzisz jaka cwana ta Natalia? Okay, another game against guy from Panama, 134 victories, 1737 is his elo. And he starts G3H, G3F4 actually, and remember that I'm using the Brazilian notation, not the one from checkers that you can see on the screen. And this is something new because this is the opening that I can't see often in my games, so I like it. Some fresh view. And this guy exchanges back, and I don't know if you knew, but most of the guys in the first half of the 20th century all the time played the same way, which is exchanging back and waiting for your opponent after he runs out of moves. And that was about 50 years of playing checkers all around the world among the best players. And then, after 50 years, came some Dutch players or French players or even African players who started to play differently. And that was the time of big development of drafts or checkers strategy. So I hope this is something interesting for you, because from time to time I will give you some hints, tips and interesting things, facts like that. My dear, you go for this exchange and this can't be good. This is just not good, because now I have the winning forcing. After you take, I simply attack, because I want to limit out your possibilities, so I made you covering this gap on 6, and now I make an exchange, destroying some structures of your position, and now as you can see the only possible move is here, 11 to 15. And then I can use majority capture rule. I would just sacrifice 2 and would take 2 to the king, so the only possibility for him to avoid that was to sacrifice this piece. So with one piece more I should be, and I think I am, quite favorite one to win this game. Now just patience, and after another move 8 to 11, that's right. Always check your opponent's possibilities, because now, like you can see, all his pieces are locked in the central part of the board, and last one move that he can make, 15 to 18, will come with me sacrificing one piece, 21-17, and taking to one square from a king, and that is how you win checkers game. So another threat, another sacrifice of a piece, and now I have 2 more. So always check your opponent's possibilities. And I think it's not over yet, because yeah, after this I'll go here. His last move 11 or 10 to 15. He chose to play with 15. I go here to limit his possibilities, and now the only move is here, 6 to 10. Because what else? I can't see any combinations, like for example with this move 7 to 10, and again I play such move to limit his possibilities, and now not only one piece but many pieces need to be sacrificed, because what else he could play in such position. So he surrendered, he knew where this is coming to, and now my score with additional 2 points is 13 to 3. Against my opponents. My place in the arena is 11th, and how many players do we have in this arena right now? As you can see, the live pop-up is going on, so join our streams on Twitch on Mondays evenings and many other spontaneous streams, so just follow the channel, Twitch channel, Checkers Online TV, and as you can see, there is not yet half time of this arena and already 324 players playing in this arena, so it's a nice tournament. Actually, those are the biggest checkers tournaments in the world, and my next opponent is from Poland. Keep fingers crossed. Someone 1504, 55 victories, so perhaps this is experienced player from Poland, and my opponent offers a draw. I'm sorry, it's not fair play. It's not how the fair play player should act, so I'm not agreeing for the draw in the first move. Exchange to the edge. Okay. Perhaps my opponent is a bit too aggressive in such position. Perhaps, perhaps not. And now, after my opponent tries... Okay, this is a nice way of defending this piece, because for a second I thought it will be lost, but it's not, as you can see. Okay, so this guy or girl knows how to play. I can say it already. And perhaps I'm making some mistakes right now. Because my opponent pushes me so hard in such position. Okay, everything was played perfectly till this moment, but what after this move? Because now I threat with this 7 to 10. Maybe it was too aggressive from my opponent. Just one move too fast. And if I can, then I do it. So, you know, aggression is a good part of the game, but there can come some situations like that, that being too aggressive will come with some losses in the front. And that way I just took one piece from my Polish opponent. I take, you take, and I'll try to go to the king, because there is only one piece covering this wing. Okay, I prepared this exchange to destroy the last defender that was standing on 32. And I can even attack right now. And I can play here to cut the line for those two pieces. And just wait. Because this king on this line is standing perfectly, so my opponent will surrender. And it's done! Another victory, that means that I gathered 15 points at this moment. Nat Sadowska, the world champion, is on the top 3, which is not easy with our matchmaking when we are high-rated players, as you know that. And the half-time of this arena has been played already, so 44 minutes, 15 seconds left, and Côte d'Ivoire, my opponent. So Ivory Coast, African player for the first time during this evening. Those players from Ivory Coast are extremely good. This one is having 152 victories in the application. But I know many GMIs, which is the Grandmaster International title from that country, or honestly I know just one. Ncho Joel Atse, his name is, and of course, as Côte d'Ivoire is a French-speaking country, and their names are French as well, or similar to French, I don't know. There's a small trap, perhaps my opponent will try to catch a piece from me, and he can't do it, of course, because I'm waiting for it, and it happens. So, you know, just giving your opponent some chances to think that he is taking some piece from you could be a nice trap, because that way he just took one, but I took two. And I like having more pieces than my opponents have. And there is another way that I need to secure this standing on 14, because you can defend your pieces on many different ways. For example, with a defender, but in this situation it would not be possible, so I defend this piece with covering the gap beside him, and I'm using for that this exchange that you could see on the last move. Okay, so I can develop the piece standing in a corner. You know, it's a good idea, because it's good to put him to play, and after this move my opponent has a big troubles. This move is not possible because of combination, so this is the last one, 2 to 6. But I think this 3 to 8 will be played. I don't know why, but yeah, my intuition just worked good. So I make the use of the column that I've made by developing this 29. At first I prepared a way of capture for me. So I sacrificed the first one, I made a gap between my opponent's pieces, then I sacrificed the second one, and this column just let me take 2 there. And right now I will just show him something more, because with this attack I'm making this way free to the king, but there is a surprise. You will never get to the king, despite the fact that you are standing just 1 square from it, because those pieces will be taken. Quite a nice game, don't you think so? And just cutting this last piece, taking it, and victory. So my low now is 2029 and I have 17 points, so it's time to update the scoreboard, and my place is number 9. Nadsadowska still in top 3. I try to chase them, but after losing 3 points to David it will be quite difficult. Last week I believe I finished in top 5, that would be a good result today. Okay, this guy is from Peru. So South America. Many games are played against South Americans, but most of the time, of course, against Brazilian opponents. In this case, it's nice to face another country from that continent. Okay, this could be quite risky. Now the only move is here, 9 to 14, because otherwise I will use this majority for making this trap. And you know, just moving this, it's not like there is a golden way and always working way to play checkers, so I tell you about developing this corner piece, but when this is developed in not a good way, it can cause many problems, because like now, for example, my opponent has really big troubles with attacking here, 11 to 16, and this is already winning position for me, you know, because for example I can play this move, and after this one, 14 to 18, I have a majority capture rule use here, 19 to 16, probably that will happen. Of course my opponent could not play to 16, because I would play 31 to 27, he would take 1 and I would take 3 to the king, to the square that he just left a few moves ago. And now the majority works perfectly. He can't go here, take 1 piece, because he is obligated to take 2 pieces. And then I'll take 3. And the position is winning already. But you don't see the refreshed position, so let me just refresh it. Okay. Now you see the position well, so he took 2 pieces with the majority, he was obligated to do it, and I take 3 with this winning position. So now it's just finishing it. For example, like this, I can sacrifice 1, another one, open the way for my king, because it will be stronger when it is on open lines. It's like bishop or just the queen in chess. I take, he takes, and this piece 22 can be easily captured by me on many ways. I could attack here, or the second direction with the piece, or just with the king standing, going to 15. So now I'm just waiting until all his pieces will be given away. This king on this double line, as you probably know from other videos or other streams, is holding everything strongly. 37 minutes of this arena yet to be played. So there is no point in playing, my dear friend from Peru. That's right, that's a good choice to sacrifice pieces immediately. Another victory, so 19 points gathered today. Elo 2031 and I'm on 10th position. Natalia still top 3, but you can see that I'm losing only 3 points to the top 3. It is possible to get there in 36 minutes that I still have of this arena. So what I want to see is to connect to my opponents quickly and win the games quickly as well. Brazilian guy, let's go. 20-18. If you would like to join us live, we are on Twitch, Checkers Online TV, and sometimes as well on YouTube, checkersTV channel. That's the way to follow the games live and perhaps at some moment trying to play against me. This user from Brazil, 266 victories, elo of 1421. Meanwhile, my elo at this moment is 2031, so it's a bit higher. And from this position I would not say that I am the better player, because my opponent has surrounding but solid position, and honestly, yep, I don't know what will happen after his move like that. Honestly, I don't know. He threats me to attack here 7 to 11, and looks like some combinations could be possible with removing this 10. But I don't see any. So I'll try to just secure my position somehow. After this, the exchanges come to life, and this attack, I think I will answer with some option of covering this 25. Or maybe I will look for some Zugzwang move, you know? Perhaps. That's an idea, because tell me please what he will find after this move. Of course, if it was my turn, then I would take, he would take 2 and probably have a better position, but right now he has no moves to play, and that works probably, and that will be won beautifully by me. Just take a look. This one I take 2 to the king, this one I take 2 that way, so his only move was to play here, and I just lock this edge square 13, and he will be out of moves in 2 moves. I just wait. I wait for another time. Perhaps that was a mistake from my side, because he could play here and sacrifice 9 to 14, but who cares, it works now. So that way, thanks to the fact that I was more developed and I took this square on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth line, gave me the possibility of freezing him out. And now another exchange, and he is out of moves again, because last one, 5 to 9, will be punished with this simple combination 1 for 2. So it was a really nice game, and finding this Zugzwang move was really nice. Really nice. I hope you liked it, because I liked it a lot. So this is the way how you can win the game, thanks to the Zugzwang idea. And it works well in chess, I guess, but in checkers, as you can see as well, and all those pieces on the edge are just blocked, so it means that he needs to give many pieces away for free. So at some moment of the game I just stopped losing another pieces, and continues. I could wait with this move, because if I waited with this move, then I would make 4 pieces blocked at once. Okay, it's a victory, so I have 21 points now. My place is 9th. Okay, let's go. 32 minutes of this arena yet to be played. Let's go! Some Frankenstein from the Germany. Oh, because I've seen the flag before. But this guy's elo is 1821, so it means that he is good. He's a good one. But exchanging here in the central direction is considered as a bad move. And I've told you that I don't know how to win it, I don't know how to play it, but I try. It's considered as a bad move, so playing against guy who has such high elo will not be easy probably, but I'll try to do my best. So his elo over 1800 tells me that he is a good player. Meanwhile, my elo of 2033 right now should make me the favorite one, but from this position many things can happen, and if he gives me this possibility of this attack, I'll go for it, He can't go further, because it would come with losing a piece, and I want to force him in something like that, because now he is not allowed to attack to 17, because I will set some combinations for it. So, how to use it? Because now, if I played something like 4 to 8, he could sacrifice 1, 21, 17 and 15 to 10, make this combination 2 for 2, and I don't want to see it because it would be painful. So what I can pay? Also, I don't want to play to 8 because he would exchange 15 to 11, so I'll play here. If he goes here, then I'll exchange 7 to 11. Okay, this is played option. I exchange this piece, and where to take? Where to take? Forward or backward? Forward or backward? You know what? I'll take forward. I don't know if it's good, it would need some calculations, but I take that direction. And perhaps this move. What to think about that? My idea is to exchange at some point to forward, like this. He takes, I take, and I don't know what to think about this position. I don't know what to think about that, because it looks like it gives me some chances of freezing him out, but on the other way... What? What is this move? He just let me to go between his two pieces, and you know, this is like unavoidable, because I make one threat of taking and another threat of capture, and there is no way to avoid it, so I just win a piece. So till that moment, many things were possible, and this game was really interesting, in my opinion at least. But he lets me to play something like that, and you know, having like one piece more lets me to make such simplifications. And it's a winning position, of course, 3 pieces against 2, it will be limited easily. Okay, double opposition. I don't even need this piece at this moment, because other 2 are just limited. So there is a victory against German Frankenstein, and I have 23 points. Okay, still 3 points to the top 3, and I'll try to chase it. Let's refresh my score, which is 23 points right now, and I'm looking for another opponent. 28 minutes of arena still to be played. Who will be my next opponent? Let me tell. How long may I wait? Russian Cup winner from this arena. How experienced you are, tell me. How rated you are? Russia, 8,377 games and elo of 1119, so it's quite high, you know. I'll try to be the one who is playing something like that. Okay, so I'm locking my opponent, not giving him many moves possible, but the question is if I will have moves to make. Okay, he exchanges to get some space, it's obvious. I lock him again. I'll try to lock him as long as I can. And perhaps, in such position, I can go to 19, and I will take to 19, and I will threat with another exchange, win another capture actually, and if he just holds it, then I can exchange to the center. And what I needed to change... Okay, I can't go there immediately, of course. But I can capture with this piece at first. I need to. And if there is any combination possible, I think not, because after this move there is nothing happening. Okay, and this is exactly the move that I wanted, because after it I have this powerful exchange. I needed to break this column that he has in the central part of the board. And I really like my position right now. I will just get stronger and stronger in the central part, and this is the time to build this column to make this threat, so his only move is 27 to 24. Yep, and I can move forward. Perhaps now even exchanging to 14 will be okay. It's some intuitional move, but you know. It lets me to take over the entire central part of the board, and he is not having many moves to make. So I play here, for example. And if he goes here, I'll play there. And despite the fact there is only 6 pieces on each side, I think it's done already. Thanks to my central powerful position, of course. Okay. Let me go here to avoid this sacrifice and him going to the king. And let's play... Oh! I forgot about one simple last possibility of his. Oh, come on. Why did I forget about that? Perhaps it is still winning for me, but I should not forget about such things. So that's the reason why he sacrifices another piece. It was absolutely easily winning, and now I will have a long and difficult endgame. Okay, so I play here. He can't go here, because then I make king on 30. I'll go here. It's probably winning endgame. And here. He can't attack to 18, because I go to 29. But he needs to be focused till the end of the game, because otherwise it can be surprising for you, like it was surprising for me. And I play here. I'm not afraid of this sacrifice because I take with the king then. So he plays something like that. Okay, let me move this king to the other side. Even exchanging this piece would be winning, but it's a quite complicated one. And I think it's done already. With this move. Oh, I could immediately just sacrifice 2 pieces. I didn't see that. I was just focused. You know how it is. If you see the winning variation, you just go for it. You simply just go for it and you don't calculate other variations. And for example, I can just win it that way. So this loop catching possibility, this trap for his king was standing there. So this Russian player with a high elo will be beaten, is beaten already. And he surrendered, so I gathered 6 elo points and other 2 tournament points, so I have 25 now, but my place is still 11th. How is it going? Natta Sadowska, she is having chances to win this competition right now. So I wanted to chase them and they are running away. This game was too long. Definitely I lost a minute or something. Another king, which probably is the arena winner from the Great Britain, is this guy, the guy who was leading yesterday or not? I don't know. 1352 elo points, 202 victories. Okay, quite experienced one. But I'm not afraid, of course. Limao Colirio, love your content. Hacks from Brazil, thank you very much. And hacks from Poland, it's really nice to play against so many Brazilian players in this application. And I really enjoy playing Brazilian drafts. You have beautiful variation of the drafts, and those are the most popular variation in Poland actually. So it would be really nice to create some Brazilian Polish content. And I really like to watch, for example, Paulo Machado. Many times we kinda see each other on our streams. Thank you very much for warm words on the chat. Oh, thank you, my dear. My dear friend from Great Britain. Actually, it was not possible. It's a classical combination, but a really nice one, because you need to make a lot of moves to prepare the way of capturing, the final capturing, which is that you will see. And taking free to the king. So this game could be quite quick. I'd like my opponent to resign at this moment, just not to make any mistake, and finish it soon and try to chase my colleagues in the top of the standing. He can, that's right, that's a good move because it holds my king without the movement possibility. There could be another threat soon, but I'm not afraid, because in 2 moves he has to play something that will free my king. I can always free my king by myself, sacrificing some piece, but it's not necessary. He will cover probably. Oh! And that's a good one, because he can destroy my king right now. And a tricky move that I can play is that one, not this one with going to 9, but this one. I threat to take this piece, and if he moves away, then I will go between those pieces and take the king. But everything was winning, even going to 11. Okay, still I need to be careful a bit, but this attack will solve the problems. Where will he go? Less than 19 minutes till arena ends. Let's try to be a bit faster. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, 27 points, free to top 3. 27 points. So I got another 2. 27. Me, 3 my opponents, including David, and I'm really glad that I'm not facing him again, because he was too strong for me today. Brazil again. FR someone F. Woo! 2,599 victories and elo of 1375. Okay, so I think I'll take this. I'm quite sure about myself, but this difference of rating of elo shows me that I should have at least a slight advantage. And another game where my opponent lets me to go to the central part and just is interesting by himself in the edges of the board, and I'll take it. So I can see already all those combinations waiting for me as always, and this is the position probably I did have today already. I just don't want to lose on some combination. Last time my opponent played here, 41-27. This time it's different. Okay, so those combinations are not working right now. So at some point I will be able to attack to 18. Okay, I'll just wait. And my dear, you are probably out of moves soon. Because what you can play? Only this or this, that's right, something like that. I'll play here. This is the only move, and I need to go there. And look how nice move I have right now, because this is the moment where I can... Okay, I was thinking about going to 23, but there is this majority, 13-9, 2-4-2. Oh, just not to make any misclick, like I've done many times already. But you know, sometimes perhaps it is good to be naive a bit. I think my opponent will not see the right move to play. But there is another better move even. This one, this attack, 31-27. I miscalculated it again, because I can't go to 26 because he sacrificed 1 and take 2. So perhaps some exhaustment is coming finally to me. It looks like I'm losing a piece. This move is to play. He takes back. He takes it back. It would be nice to make some sacrifice maybe, but now I am just in the losing position perhaps. So I was so confident, and you see what comes? Punishment. I'll make this threat, but there are many ways to defend. Perhaps maybe this one is working as well, but this exchange is always good. But I will try to prepare some combinations to defend, to still defend myself. If my opponent is forced to make this exchange back, I will play 7-10. Okay. Oh no, it's working actually. He is playing very well. Then his elo is not so high, I don't know why. If he sees such variations, come on. Okay, having one piece less won't be easy. I will attack here, force him to move more pieces on the edge, and I hope my opponent just is not so good in calculating, because if he is, then I would have amazing troubles. Let's go here. If he exchanges back, but he is not. Yeah. Troubles, big troubles here. But you know, there are some slight chances that I could even win having one piece less, because take a look at this option. I go here, threatening with this attack. If he goes here to 25, okay, perhaps there is a chance for me. Yep, I go here. And now his chances. If he goes to 19, okay, that's a problem. Because, or maybe not, or maybe is. Because this move ends the thing, because I need to make this exchange 1 for 1, and he can even exchange 2 for 2, or 1 for 1. Everything is winning. And I'm not lucky on this one. Okay, I just miscalculated it and played too fast, and now my dreams about being in top 3 are just gone. It's sad, but it's true. I can make this exchange. Again, if his move was at this moment, perhaps I could have some chances. But now it's losing. Or maybe I'll have some chances. But even playing here 13, I go to 20 and then I don't have a move after this. He's playing that really good. This one finishes the game. So it happens, my opponents 5 against me 27 resign, and many low points will be lost by me. 18 points. I was too confident from the very beginning of this game. Less than 12 minutes to improve my position on the table. So how many people are playing right now? 453. So as you can see, nearly 500 people playing. And it's been a while since I've won this arena the last time. French opponent, user someone, 1521 is his elo. And again, the exchange on the main diagonal. And let's go there. Okay, I'm locking the left wing of his. And slowly waiting. That's right. And if he attacks, then I think it is going in a good direction. And after this one, what to play? I would like not to have this 6, because then this majority that we could see today already would work. But what can I do in such position? Perhaps, you know what? Perhaps this move is good. It's interesting, because I make a threat to play here 9 to 13 to remove this 18. And this forces my opponent to play there, and after this move I wanted to have this prepared. So he takes and I take 1 for 2, and the number of pieces will be equal. But this standing on 10 could be a bit problematic for him, and I hope will be. You see, 1 for 2, and already at this moment there is a threat to play 8 to 11 and to take piece, for example, after such move like 27-23. So his only possibility now is to go there, that's right. And I'll go for this attack, because probably it can be a nice first victory. Okay, he forgot that he has just the gap between behind his piece on 23, and I just wanted him to play it like he should play it, because it would be really, really nicer. That variation just gives me quite simple victory. Less than 9 minutes to finish this competition. Will I progress on the standing or not? Okay, thanks to that I can just attack from behind. And attacking from behind is always a good idea, because most of the time your opponents will not see it. It's quite hidden option to attack your opponent, and he has no good moves to make, and there will be loss of not only 1 piece, I guess, but even more. So just not to make it too long, my dear opponent, just quit and let's go further. And what I can see in many games, it's like once your opponent has losing position, that's the time to start to think. And no, my dear opponents, the good time to start to think is before having the losing position. So I won extra 2 pieces into take, Let me go to the king. Of course, with such advantage, everything is winning. I guess that I will have a time to play at least one more game to improve, but perhaps not more than one game. I would recommend everyone to download this application, Checkers, provided by CC Games, to join our applications, because then you could be the part of the big drafts of Checkers community. And those are the biggest checkers tournaments in the world, as you can see. So this tournament that lasts only 1 hour and 30 minutes collects over 500 players, and very interesting thing on the table: David, first place, 36 points, and Nat Sadowska, 46 points, and it's not much. You know, many times winners of this competition did gather 50 points or more. And this time Fletch on the third place. Okay, I'm having only 5 points less than top 3 player. But I lost, to sum up, 5 points. It's too much. It's too much. So my result now is 29 points, and I'm losing those 5 to top 3. So I won't be in top 3, probably I won't be in top 5, but I played quite interesting games tonight, and I hope that you enjoyed and you learned something from it. And another time, another exchange on the main diagonal. Will he take this direction? No, another one. So I play here against this German bear, ice bear or something, or werewolf, I don't know. But I do like those avatars in this application. It looks really nice, and the graphics they just make a lot of good work, good job. Okay, it looks like he's giving me a chance to collect this square, 15 under control, and that could be something not so nice for him. Okay, so I'll just attack this piece and try to improve, but how? Those positions can be really tricky, because, you know, at first glance you have the central squares, you have the control, but now he controlling this edge 13 and this edge 12 sometimes can limit me too much. Sometimes it can be that way. So perhaps he has an idea how to play that game, perhaps not. And at some moment, at some point, I'm just forced to go... Perhaps I'm forced to make this exchange 6 to 9. Because if I would play 5 to 9, he goes 26, 22, and then to 17, and I am out of moves. But after this there is another combination, but probably it's not working, because he could sacrifice here, 27, 23, I would take 2, he goes there, that's right, and... But this combination can work in similar way, or different way. Now it's possible for him to play here and there and to take 2 pieces to the square number 8, but he is not going for that. Perhaps it's a good information for me. And after this one, perhaps I'll make this double exchange to free myself a little, because, well, this is an exhausting game, really difficult one. Okay, his elo is 1837, but come on, this is a mistake, this is probably a huge mistake, because you let me to play here to quit this move from your options. This is losing what you choose. So you did have 2 minutes to think, and you chose the worst possible move maybe in this position. And definitely my opponent did have a winning position. Without a doubt. That was winning for him. And now he is giving pieces away. So that's it. That's the final part for me in this arena, in this Monday's arena, and I'll just sum up my points. As you can see, Just 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to the end of the competition, and we can try to follow the top players of this competition, and I won't be going to the next game because I will be just finishing here. And David, at this moment of the competition, 2 minutes before it ends, has 39 points, Nat Sadowska 38, and Ma someone having 37. DT from Belarus many times, winner of those competitions, 35 points, some Oleg perhaps from Ukraine, 45 points, Fletch 44 points. This my Polish opponent is in front of me, she lost to me and she is ahead of me, come on. This JR guy from Poland was also in the top of the competition, and my place is 11th, so many people in front of me, I don't know why, but I think that that's the reason of matchmaking, which is not nice for me because I have high elo, but as well Natalia is having high elo and she is second. No, I don't want to play. Come back. Ranking again. Is anything changing? Okay, 1 minute till the end of the competition. Who will be the winner? It's quite interesting. Dawid or Natalia Sadowska. Dzięki za drugą partię, Natalia. Dziena. O, proszę, tak was połączyło, a mnie z wami w ogóle dzisiaj. Who will be the winner? Last seconds of this competition. Nat Sadowska wins the game, and will Natalia Sadowska be the winner of this competition? Come on. Only David can chase her, and there is only 50 seconds till the end of this competition. Come on, let's refresh it and check it. Will David win the game? Or this Ma guy, some Mateusz or something, Mateusz? Will someone chase Natalia? The thing that is sure right now is that if someone of them will win, and Ma is not going to win because he probably was drawing a game and has 40 points, but Natalia Sadowska is in front right now, so the only person who can be in front of Natalia is David, but the tournament ends in 3, 2, 1. It's finished. Claim rewards. So my reward today is 40 coins. I will claim it. Players 495. So we missed 5 to have 500. And the full ranking of tournament is Natalia Sadowska winning the competition. So big congrats to Natalia, twofold world champion among women. She defeated everyone today and won this arena. Big achievement. And me a guy on the second place, David on the third place, DT from Belarus on the fourth place, Ku, someone from Poland on the fifth place, Oleg on sixth, Fletch on seventh, GR on eighth, and Ivan maybe from Brazil on ninth, and some Eve, someone from Ukraine, 10th, and me on 11th, and then United States, Poland, Brazil, Poland, Ukraine, Brazil, Kazakhstan, Panama on 20th. Okay, so this is it. So this is it, my dear viewers. Woohoo! Natalia Sadowska won that competition and is cheering up on the chats, but Natalia was to connect with me on this stream and she did not answer. She probably forgot, but perhaps the next week. My dear viewers, thank you very much for playing tonight, thank you very much for spending a nice time together again, and see you on the next streams. And keep in mind that many times I will be running the spontaneous streams without putting it in the schedule before, and will be playing of course in the application when there are arenas, because this is the best place to play. But also I will play some arenas from the draughts.org website, so don't forget to follow the channel, because then when you have the notifications, nothing will miss you. And I think it's worth it. So it's time to cover this scoreboard once again, to say who was commenting this, all of this. Damian Reszka, host. I have some features like this, so I just want to use it. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Have a good time. Bye bye, and see you on the other stream.